Barry Ferguson has made a huge revelation ahead of Rangers' Old Firm clash, offering a candid insight into the mindset and expectations surrounding one of the biggest fixtures in Scottish football. With tensions building and the spotlight intensifying, his comments arrive at a pivotal moment for the club. As Rangers prepare to face their fiercest rivals, Ferguson's words provide a clearer picture of what is happening behind the scenes and how the squad is approaching the occasion. In a match where fine margins often decide the outcome, his revelation could shape the narrative heading into kickoff. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content.
Barry, we're talking about this big game. Just how big do you feel this one is?
Well, it's massive, of course, obviously. There's 10 games to go in terms of for Rangers, or 11 for Celtic, but these games are always huge. Rangers are at home. The last game, obviously, we travelled across to Celtic Park, and weren't great in the first half, but second half I thought they were excellent. So yeah, they're always tough, look, but it's one that I'm certainly looking forward to, and one that I'm certainly confident that Rangers can get the 3 points.
You know what it's like to win as a captain and as a manager. You did it last season. Rangers at the minute seem to be doing well in this fixture. What do you put that down to?
Confidence. Once you get one victory, obviously that builds a bit of confidence, and certainly we got that last year, and even before that there was good results. I just thought the last game at Celtic Park put it up a notch or two, obviously under a lot of pressure in the first half, but they showed brilliant character and personality to come back, and they've got to take the confidence for that last result, certainly into the game at Ibrox, because in front of their home fans, we're going to have 48,000 fans behind us. I'm sure they'll drive the boys on, and hopefully they can get the 3 points.
This is always a big game, but of course it's Hearts that are top of the table. What have you made of this three-way title race? Maybe Motherwell fans will say four-way title race.
Well, I was just about to say that. I see it as four-way. I think Motherwell have been exceptional. I've watched them live a couple of times, and then when I've watched them on the TV, I've been so impressed with them. Obviously Hearts are sitting top of the league for a reason, because they've been very good. Their recruitment's been very good, but I think the best bit of business Hearts done was bringing Derek McInnes in. I think he's done a fantastic job this year, and they're not going anywhere, and neither are Celtic. So it's really exciting. It's exciting for Scottish football. Both Rangers and Hearts have got 10 games left. Motherwell and Celtic have got 11, and I firmly believe it's going to get right down to the wire.
Well, you've been involved in going right down to the wire. 2003, 2005, 2008, 2009. You won 3 of those. Do you see it this season? It could go that way, and maybe not just involving 2 teams.
Yeah, I honestly do. That's why I just mentioned it there. I think there's going to be twists and turns. There's no doubt about it. You've seen it the weekend there. Hearts got a great victory against Falkirk. A good reaction from them, obviously. Suffering a defeat the week before against Rangers at Ibrox. Rangers go away and drop 2 points. Obviously Celtic get beat at home against a good Hibs team. So I see a lot of twists and turns. Hopefully not as many from Rangers, because if you'd asked me back in October when Danny Rowe came in, I would have looked at you in a strange way, no believing that Rangers would win this title fight. But you've got to give the manager credit, the staff credit, and the players. And certainly one thing is the fans are getting right behind them at this moment in time.
When we spoke at the end of last season, you were talking about maybe what you were wanting to do if you had got the job. Are you now looking at Danny Rowe thinking he's been able to pick it up a difficult situation, and he's trying to implement maybe what your thoughts were and what others were, because obviously it was a difficult situation he picked up on?
Yeah, it clearly was. There's no hiding away from that. It was a really disappointing start to the season. Rangers were really struggling. They made the decision to let the manager go and bring Danny in, and I've got to be honest with you, I've been so impressed by him. The way he goes about, the way he handles media, the way he structures the team. He's very flexible as well, which I really enjoy. And I think the business he done in January, I think the 4 players that were brought in, certainly in my opinion, strengthened the squad. So hopefully it can be a brilliant end to the season, but I think he understands, and so do the players, that there's still a long way to go. You need to just focus on game by game, and there's no bigger game coming in Sunday, and I'm sure the boys will be up for it.
Just finally then, given how tight the league is, given you said there'll be more twists and turns, is it a case of it's always a must win, but you have to win this one and the loser is out of the title race, or is it going to be still a long way to go?
I don't kind of look at it that way. I kind of just focus on number one, and that's making sure you get the result that you want, and certainly Rangers need to get that 3 points. I'm sure that's the way that the manager will set up. I think he'll go for Celtic, and also you've got to be respectful as Celtic are coming here. They've got a really experienced manager. Yep, they've not had a great season either. They had a difficult result at the weekend, but you've always got to respect your opponent. I'm sure the manager will, the staff will, and the players will as well. But as I said to you, this place will be absolute rocking on Sunday, and the players need to feed off that energy, and certainly if they do that, I'm confident Rangers can get that victory.
Chris Boyd reckons Rangers' lack of a reliable centre-forward could come back to haunt them in the closing stages of the Premiership title race. Danny Roll's side fell 4 points adrift of leaders Hearts on Sunday as they were forced to come from 2 goals down to salvage a draw at Livingston. Manny Fernandez scored 9 minutes from time before Mikey Moore denied the Lions a famous win. Rangers created enough chances to win the match comfortably, but a combination of poor finishing in the final third and the form of keeper Jerome Pryor left Roll frustrated. A controversial moment that saw Livingston escape without punishment for a foul on Moore didn't help Rangers' cause. The German started Youssef Shamiti, the hat-trick hero against Hearts the previous weekend, and introduced Ryan Aderi and Bojan Miovski off the bench. And former Ibrox striker Boyd fears the lack of cutting edge through the middle will prove costly in the final 10 fixtures. I think even if you go back to the Motherwell game as well, you take that big chance just before half-time, I think it's got to be a goal, Boyd said of Chermiti. I'm not quite sure that the exact amount of attempts that Rangers had. I think it was around about 31-32 attempts on goal. I think only 1 or 2 were by your main number 9. It would be a problem, I think, if you're creating that amount of chances. Listen, the game's changed. The modern-day striker wants to run about here and everywhere. I'll never ever get it into my head, especially if you're at one of our big 2, and I'll include Hearts in this as well. I don't see Lawrence Shankland charging about all over the pitch. I see him working in a line towards the middle of the goal, whether he's dropping off 10 or 15 yards to link the play, but he'll always be in an area where he can affect the game towards the goal, because that's his role and responsibility. If you are the number 9 or the central striker for a club that is going to create the chances that Rangers, Celtic and Hearts are creating, I feel as if you have to do your work between the 18-yard box. But a lot of the time, it doesn't seem to be the case right now. I think Rangers' lack of a natural number 9 that's going to score goals right now could come back to haunt them. Chermiti was the man of the moment at Parkhead earlier this term as he scored twice in a statement victory for Roll's side that reignited their title challenge. Now the stakes are even higher ahead of the return fixture this weekend. Rangers have been accomplished performers on home soil this term. A derby doubleheader is a chance to inflict significant blows on their old firm rivals, and the Ibrox factor could be key. Yeah, I think it does. Boyd, speaking at an event to promote league sponsors, William Hill, said when asked if being at Ibrox makes a difference to Rangers this weekend. There's no getting away from it that playing at home gives you an advantage. The contrast in Rangers from at home to away would be a worry. They found a way to get themselves up for a game against Hearts because they felt as if it was a big game. It was a team at the top of the table, so they had to win it. But when you look at the performances against in the 3 away games I've just mentioned, I don't think they've been anywhere near that level. Whether there's an attitude where you think I'm just going to rock up and you're going to win the game, I don't know. Whether there's a pressure at being at home, you have to show a full house that you're good enough to be there, whatever. But Rangers have to find that, I don't want to say balance, but they have to find something from within the group that they can start to get the same performance away from home as what they're getting at home. I don't think Danny Roll will have any problem getting his team up for Celtic at the weekend or Hearts or Motherwell or whoever at Ibrox, but his problem going forward is how to turn this away form. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.